All right, I'm super excited to come up on here and discuss what my process was like losing weight in 5 months. I went from 170 pounds down to 139 pounds, is where I'm at right now. All lean muscle. I went from pretty much no muscle and all fat to just being shredded, right? Pure muscle. The process was not easy for anybody who's never been into exercising or has and hasn't, but has never taken it to the level that I've taken it at. This is for you guys. So I want to connect with you guys and let you know that the process is not easy. Uh, as a coach now, this is something that I'm talking to clients about. It's not an easy process, especially if you have no prior history of working out or eating healthy. It's going to be a shock. It might be a shock to you mentally. Physically, you might feel weird. You might start to see things. Your body, once you start losing weight, it's gonna kind of be unportioned. It's not gonna portion right. As the fat starts to move off. But I want to go over the 5 months. So the 5 months that it took me to shed the fat, the first month was the hardest. I thought it was the hardest. The first month was the hardest. I was breaking a lot of bad habits, and overnight I broke drinking, smoking vape, eating bad, a relationship. Uh, what else? What else? Just being undisciplined. All overnight. It was just like, hey, I'm done with the old me and with the new me, whatever that is at the moment. I didn't know what it was. I just knew that I had to start creating this new person that was going to be happy. So the first 2 weeks, the first week wasn't bad. It was that second week when the cravings started kicking in. I would drive by fast food restaurants and I would be able to smell the oil, or just that smell that we get when we're hungry. And now that smell smells different. I smell like burnt oil, to whereas before it was like, that smells good. It's weird I don't smell being skinny and smelling passing by McDonald's and smelling it is two completely different things from when I was fat. And now that I'm skinny, there's two different senses that I get, two different smells, two different tastes than what I used to get. But that first month, it was the hardest. The second, third, fourth week, it was just like, fuck. To the point where that second week, I was driving to work and I was just like, you know what, fuck this shit. Like, why did I hire a coach? Like, why did I do all this shit? Like, what do I really want to give up drinking? Do I really want to give up eating whatever I want just so I can look good? Like, that's where my head took me. But I was able to get past that and continue. The first month was the hardest. Second, third, fourth month, all easy. Like, my body had adjusted to my new macros. So we do work with macros. At that time, my macros were 150 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 45 grams of fat. It took me a while to figure out how to adapt to eating with numbers. And I was hitting my numbers. Sometimes I was a little low, sometimes I was a little high, but I was hitting my numbers, my macro numbers, by eating the same thing, or maybe moving things around here and there. And within time, my body adapted to it. Adapting to going to the gym, my body adapted to that. I did have a prior history of working out. And so it didn't take me long. I had actually started working out before I joined Guerrero Fitness. I was already hitting the gym. But I would hit the gym and then eat like shit, or after the gym go out and drink, So it wasn't matching. So now that I feel like I'm, at an advanced level, and I'm on social media and I see people like, oh, they're in the gym, and then boom, like a couple hours later they're eating bad, or they're in the night they're at a bar, or they're out partying or something. I'm just like, oh, they're not a real one. I don't consider them a real one. You have to align your nutrition, your lifestyle with your gym sessions. If not, you'll never get the results that you want. And you can see it. If right now I was, living a different lifestyle, but trying to portray myself as being, a healthy guy, you would be able to see I wouldn't look as good as I do. I wouldn't have dropped the weight as fast as I did. So, I took it. I was 100 with the process, nutrition, fitness. I focused on that, and I started going through a mental roller coaster as well during the 5 months. My mind, fighting demons. As you start to shed the fat, at least for me, this is what happened with me. It was just like good and bad. It was always just like it was there. I was fighting good with bad, trying to do right and wrong, fighting demons. I was drinking a lot last year, so I believe alcohol creates demons in you. At least for me, it did. So just kind of getting rid of all the bad habits and kind of being pure, getting mental clarity. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and I suggest to a lot of people is like it's not easy. You'll stay stuck in your head. And I can see guys who are jumping onto the program and that are taking it serious. They'll kind of just disappear for a while, and I'm like, they're probably going through something. They're like, it takes a while to really reinvent yourself, rebuild yourself. Mentally, especially if while you're in the process, you're also educating yourself mentally on how to become a better person, which that's what I was doing. I was on YouTube, I was reading books, I was watching anything motivational to kind of reboot my brain, just to become this better person, because that's what was driving me. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be able to not drink anymore, not eat any more bad food, and be happy, and be able to, as a coach, to be able to help others do the same as me. So after that first month, the next couple months it was my discipline that took over. It was no longer motivational. Everything that motivated me to start the nutrition, fitness, and mindset journey was no longer motivating me. These people were no longer motivating me. I didn't have to watch them on Instagram to say, all right, it was just like, I'm doing it for myself now. And that's when I know I was in the right place. Like, I wasn't no longer looking up to anybody to get me till tomorrow, to get me through the workout, to get me up out of bed. I was like, I'm fucking ready. Let's run it. I already feel good inside. I'm already starting to look good in the mirror. So I was just like, I could go bigger, better. So throughout the last 5 months that I had my transformation, I had so many things change. I moved. Just a lot of different things changing financially. Just at work, things got better. Relationships got better. I was single, and I was finally happy to be single, and I didn't need to be in a relationship, which is very rare of me. In the past, I always felt like I needed a relationship, and I'm at the point now where I don't need a relationship. If I'm talking to a female, or and there's a potential of me getting into a relationship, it's like, what are you bringing to the table? Because I know what I bring. I bring discipline, and I have a good job. I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. Do you have the same level of discipline in me? Not a lot of people have the same level of discipline in me, so I stay single. So yeah, during that process of losing weight, I was easily jumping on the scale every Friday and losing 2 to 3 pounds. I would like weigh in the day before and be like, what the? And then jump on the scale when I woke up, and overnight it was like I would lose the 2 to 3 pounds. And it was happening like clockwork, just because I was so dedicated and taking the program so seriously. It was like every Friday morning when I woke up and I jumped on that scale, I was losing that weight. And man, that was the best feeling ever, to just jump on that scale and be like, holy shit, I lost my weight. Damn, it keeps going, and I have it all tracked on my app, and you can just see the graph every week after week, just dropping. To whereas now it's a little bit different, but we'll go over that. Discipline, just distancing myself from everything just staying to myself, except for my kids. I still have my kids every other weekend. I see my kids, I talk to my kids when they're not with me. But other than that, if it doesn't have nothing to do with my kids, I was just to myself, in my own little world, reinventing myself, rebuilding myself. And I encourage anybody to do that. I see people on their fitness journey and they're just not, they're like out and constant, like they're just doing a whole bunch of things. It's like, no, when you're on a fitness journey and you're really trying to take it serious, you need to discipline yourself and just kind of live a boring life for 6, 8, 9 months, however long it takes you to get to where you need to be. And it's very, I rarely see that. It's rarely seen to where somebody just, lets go of everything and focuses on themselves. That's the most important thing. So now where I'm at, after I've been through that process, now where I'm at, I am at the end of my cut of losing fat. I don't have much left. I'm definitely under 10% fat, and it feels good. I feel healthy. I can't complain. I don't wake up with hangovers anymore. I don't have that. I don't eat to get full. I don't have that food coma to where I eat and I'm just like stuck, don't want to do anything, and then it's just like, fuck, I'm lazy. I don't have that lazy feeling, where you're just like, randomly you're just lazy. Like, I don't get that. I don't just feel lazy. It's like I'm always ready to go. I'm always sharp and I'll jump up ready to go, and I love that feeling. Who doesn't love that feeling? If you compare being energetic and active compared to just being lazy and not wanting to do anything, it's, compare it. And life's not granted forever, so the more you can enjoy life versus being too lazy to enjoy life, I take enjoying life every day. I'm towards the end of my cut. I'm on month 5.5, 5 months and 2 weeks right now. And so the next step for me now is to build muscle. So I will start to eat more slowly, week after week. I will start to eat more, and I'll start putting on more size, and I'll be gaining 1 to 2 pounds a week, since I'm going to increase my food intake and just watch myself grow. And then I don't really have anything for, what's my goal as far as, building myself. I want to get to a point where I can be kind of, stocky and have a good size, all built, all muscle, and also not get the laziness, not get the fatigue, not get the food coma, because there will be a point where I'm eating more food than I'm accustomed to eating, because I've been on this cut now going on 6 months. So that's what's next for me. I'm excited. I've never done this process, but I definitely urge anybody who needs to lose fat to go on a cut. Go on an extreme cut and just remove all the fat, and then build yourself. Once you're lean, I feel good now. I don't mind staying this size, but I definitely want to put on more muscle. I don't want to be skinny, like skinny buff. I want to put on some size. So that's my goal. I encourage anybody who wants to lose weight, hit me up. Crazy Fitness, that's where it's at. You need somebody disciplined on your side who's going to make sure that you're on top of yourself, because it's easy to fall off, especially when you're not used to living a healthy lifestyle. It's easy to fall off. You need to get a coach. I still have a coach. My coach still has a coach. We all need a coach to help guide us and help push us. So hit me up. Let's get started. Go from 170 to 139 in 5 months. If not, I would definitely encourage you guys